Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27's News Weekend Edition.
Hurricane season begins today, and emergency officials are preparing for worst-case scenario. Good evening, I'm Jade Bilexa. Thank you for joining us. The Gadsden County Emergency Management Office held an event at the courthouse in downtown Quincy. People received supplies and information, so they're ready for whatever Mother Nature brings our way. Our very own Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse was there, along with the Gadsden County Sheriff's Office, the Emergency Management Office, Quincy Police Department, and the Florida Institute of Public Safety. Cass is now live for us. Cass, it seems to be a message we can never hear too much: preparation.
That's right, Jade, and it's preparation before we get any sort of tropical weather threat, because people tend to make a mad dash to the stores, to the hardware centers to get the supplies at the last minute. The best time to do it is right now, when there is no threat immediately coming in from the tropics. The weather is gorgeous, it's been warm, and just fine for hurricane preparation efforts and for recreational activities. And speaking of that, we are live in downtown Tallahassee. It's the latest in the Saturday in the Park series here in Ponce de Leon Park. So definitely a nice evening to come out and listen to some of the latest jazz tunes from local musicians and artists. And it seems like the weather pattern is favoring a rather decent evening for our area. Live Titan radar is on the scan and showing a few spotty areas of light showers, but it's the same sort of pattern we've had for several days. Very isolated in nature, a few spotting along the Nature Coast, a couple of isolated showers around the state line in Leon, Grady, Thomas County, thereabouts, and also a little bit more off to the west. The regional scenario still showing the surge of moisture lingering off to the south of the region, and an advancing front which is going to try to make some headway into the deep south. How much success remains to be seen. Don't really expect a full frontal passage, but it may get close enough to give us a few showers. But no big concern for evening rain. If you're heading out to Ponce de Leon Park for the music event, it looks like we will still have some warmth. It will be in the mid-80s. And there still may be a light shower. Don't forget, later on tonight, 7:30, in less than an hour, we have our annual Hurricane 2013 special rehearsal for readiness, which will simulate a hurricane landfall and give you all the information that you can use to plan for such an event. And of course, a little bit of an easier topic here for the Saturday in the Park concert series. We'll have more details and insight coming up in just a few minutes, along with your Storm Team forecast.
All right, Cass, thank you. A former Florida A&M University band member has agreed to plead no contest to felony hazing in the 2011 death of fellow drum major Robert Champion. Prosecutors say that 27-year-old Sean Turner is expected to enter the plea next week. Felony hazing carries a maximum 5-year sentence, but the agreement would reduce the penalty. Turner's attorney was in court Friday to argue a motion contesting Turner's second-degree manslaughter charge. Turner is the fifth of more than a dozen accused former FAMU band members to enter pleas. Champion died in November 2011 after a hazing ritual on a bus parked in an Orlando parking lot. Family and friends of the late Trayvon Martin gathered for a prayer service in Miami today. Martin's parents spoke about the Trayvon Martin Foundation, which was established to create awareness of how violent crime impacts the families of the victims. Martin was shot and killed by Neighborhood Watch leader George Zimmerman in February of last year following a confrontation. Zimmerman pleaded not guilty to murder charges. He says he shot Martin in self-defense. Zimmerman's murder trial begins June 10th. For more information on this story, just head to our website, Wtxl-Tv. The University of South Florida is asking permission from the state authorities to dig for human remains on the site of a now closed Panhandle Reform School. The school, formerly known as the Arthur G. Dozier School for Boys, was closed in 2011 following allegations of abuse. USF wants to exhume bodies from Boot Hill Cemetery and surrounding areas where there may be unmarked graves and unaccounted bodies of boys who died. The school made the request 1 week after a circuit judge rejected a request filed by Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. The judge ruled not enough evidence existed to justify an order. A runaway llama is reunited with its owner. Leon County deputies say they received a call around 11 last night about a llama on the loose in Killearn Lakes. Deputies searched on and off through the night to find it. This morning they had more calls about the llama walking along Bannerman Road. The llama spit on one of the deputies. They say they had to tase the animal to subdue it. The animal was then loaded into a trailer. Now Scooter the llama is back at home with its owner. Your pet's dental health is just as important as your own. Ahead in our Angie's List special report, what you need to know to keep your furry friend healthy. But first, if you see news happening, call us at 850-894-6397. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter or send us an email at abc27news@wtxl.tv.